Life bro tip. Spice up your panic attack with a harmonica. Why do supermarkets drug test employees? If a man gotta put 250 cans of tomato sauce on a shelf, he should at least be vibing. That's the truth. For real though, I once worked in the Mart of Walls, if you know what I mean. Soul crushing. I once cut my hand with a box cutter by accident because I was going too fast opening boxes, and my boss got mad at me for taking a break to go bandage my hand. So, yeah, it's a great time. Minimum wage workers, I salute you. Why I season my cutting board, not my steak. I prefer to season my mouth, eat the steak raw, and then light myself on fire. You know what? Whatever gets the job done. I prefer to take my pasta, put it in my mouth, and then take boiling water and then pour it into my mouth and then swish it around, spit it back out, and then eat it. Really cuts down the process. Same-day delivery is the most American shit of all time. You run out of deodorant or something, and with a single click, start a Rube Goldberg of human suffering in an Amazon warehouse 20 miles away. Okay. It's a good thing we named most of the dinosaurs like 100 years ago when we were all into Latin and mythology. If they just learned about dinosaurs now and had to name hundreds, there'd be a heckin' Chonkosaurus and a northern thick scaly boy. I want to know what a northern thick scaly boy and a heckin' Chonkosaurus looks like. Oh, hold on, I gotta... Yes. Though, for real though, there's scientists all the time they come up with they make up names and they're like, ha, it's a good thing that'll never happen. And they fucking discover something and they're like, oh, we already decided on the name ahead of time. Whoops, my bad. And they have to name it this really stupid thing. Oh. You played yourself, scientists. I have 2 employees that usually leave work at 6 p.m. They're good, but I don't like that their commitment lasts for work hours only. What should I do as a CEO? You should copy and paste this complaint into a table in Microsoft Word 2007, print it in double-sided in landscape mode, fold it in half 8 times, soak it in olive oil, and shove it right up your ass. Absolutely. If your boss is making you have commitment further than they're paying you, it's time to leave that job. I'm amazed by people who lose weight with exercise. When I exercise, nothing happens because my DNA still thinks I'm a European peasant. So it's all like, oh, are we running away from the English again, lass? Don't we worry. We'll keep you plump as a partridge to outlast the murderous bastards. I'm so sorry, Scottish people. I'm so sorry. Oh. God, okay. Keep it together. I have a corgi, which is basically a really expensive potato that barks at the wind. NASA to buy lightweight semi-automatic rifles. NASA employee. Oh hey, you guys are back early. Astronaut. Moon's haunted. What? Loading a pistol and getting back on the rocket ship. Moon's haunted. What do they need lightweight semi-automatic rifles for? Are they gonna fight the fucking Space Force? That'd be a hell of a thing, wouldn't it? I'll be like 40 with no kids and people will say, oh, I'm so sorry for you. And I'll be like, how was the Wiggles concert reunion tour, a-hole? I just went to Italy last week for fun and didn't have to hire a sitter. This is a very sad mentality. To think of oneself more important than that of progeny is the sign of a failed human life. So the Wiggles concert wasn't as good as you thought it would be, huh? Everyone say thank you to the nice artists and animators that listen to criticism and fix their mistakes. And we got Sonic before, and we got Sonic after. I still can't believe y'all cyberbullied an entire studio. Yo, for real though. That's... we all collectively saw that trailer, came together, and then just were horrible to a whole studio to the point where they just sat down and did months of extra work just to make it passable. I mean, if that's not dedication. Joe Exotic is Steve Irwin's Wario. Wario. Joe. I can't. Hold on. Joe Exotic. Women get to smell like real things, like, vanilla, lavender, but men have to smell like concepts. What the heck is Cool Sports Rush? It's like Cool Runnings, but you have to do it really fast. Zoo Guide. Careful, the llamas spit. Me. Ha, okay. Llama. Step up, son. You don't cry to your mama. Skeet, skeet, your new daddy is a llama. Holy crap. I should never be allowed to rap. I am too white. Here's a plague post to think about. A neighbor is blowing bubbles from their garden. Great. Whimsical little flying blisters of plague. Yeah. Dude. I feel like the Australian accent is like a Texan accent, but for a British accent, you know? If God isn't real, then why does the palm of a man fit so perfectly around the throat of a goose? This is the post of a man who has killed many, many goslings. There are dead ducks in his basement. There are 3 random yet reoccurring phases of cat ownership. You are elegant as moonlight and shadow, my sleek panther, my tiny hunter. You are my little booper snoot, squiggle butt squishy doodle. And number 3. Stop eating plastic, you goddamn malevolent little gargoyle! Yeah, that third one speaks to me as a cat owner very much. My cat is an attention-starved little gargoyle. Up until the point when I have company over. And then she decides that she's still attention-starved, but God help you if you get anywhere near her, because she turns into a ball of just unending rage. And she wants nothing to do with you. And it is the most confusing thing to witness. Linguistic question from a non-native speaker. Why is it man in Virginia here, but Florida man in other news? Virginia is a place. Florida is a derogatory adjective. Isn't it though? I tell you, the closer you get to Florida, the more you realize it's the truth. And then you meet a Floridian and you show them something like this and they're like, you know what? That's fair. Because they know. I don't mind mosquitoes sucking my blood. I have plenty to go around. What annoys me is their need to inject the itch juice into my skin. Like, I'm already feeding you. Why are you being such a jerk? Imagine if I slapped my mom every time she made me dinner. Ungrateful. Last night I dreamed that scientists used a really bad picture of me to prove humans are closely related to goats, and I was so insulted I woke up. Getting diagnosed with ADHD as an adult owns, because you get to walk into a doctor's office and have a guy with a medical degree tell you, hey boss, you got diet autism and the cure is to microdose meth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've never heard, psychopharmacology said so succinctly. I'm going to use that later. You believe in stars? Fool. Those are the holes poked in the container so we can breathe! Gays are using windmills to waft homosexual myths into your home. Who told? I think it was Dave. Dave. Ruining the homosexual agenda. to waft homosexual myths into our homes. Have we checked all of food to see if exploding them makes him into something better, or did we just stop with corn? Finally, someone's asking the real questions around here. One time, I took so much Adderall, I remembered my elementary school locker combination in the middle of a history exam. Last night, I was explaining to a new gym instructor about how I've got metal rods along my spine, and she replied, "Oh, so you're like a kebab." And I don't think I'll stop thinking about that for a while. I don't think I'll stop thinking about that either. Basically a human kebab? I mean, my dad had metal rods through his wrists. Did that make him a human kebab? What specific ratio of rods do you have to have within you to be considered a human kebab? Comment down below. No, we're not doing that. Every city has a quote-unquote guy they all know about. You can visit a friend in their town and see a man dressed in robes riding a horse, and your friend will go, "Oh, yeah, that's horseback Jesus." And then that's just the end of the explanation. Yeah, some people are just inexplicable. And there's nothing to that. We had a guy in my hometown. Ours was, I don't know if we ever called him anything. I think he actually had a name, but I've forgotten it because it's been, like 2 decades. I don't know. It's been a while. But this guy lived not in the middle of town, but he would ride his disability scooter directly into the center of town to this one specific store and ride it all the way back. But it took him so long, everybody in town knew him because he was just always like rovering around. So you would see him constantly. He was just there. So people would be like, "Oh, did you see that guy?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I see him all the time." Like Kevin. "Oh, you see Kevin?" "Yeah." Send him around. "How's he doing?" "Oh yeah, I talked to him at the bank the other day. He seems to be doing great." "Oh, that's cool." Everybody's got it. It's a universal truth. Once I fix my sleep schedule, start eating healthy, get physically fit, beat depression, stop procrastinating, learn how to do taxes, get mentally strong enough to make phone calls, then it's over for you, bitches. Speaking of people that everybody knows, Seth Etherman is that, but for the internet. I want to move to New Jersey. Plants are just like too much sun, not enough sun, ground too wet, ground too dry, the pH balance is wrong, there's not enough drainage, I don't like terracotta, feed me, stop feeding me, God was killed here, I do not vibe with this soil. Then plants or nature are like, "Ooh, is that a crack in the concrete?" I'm way too good at that. I disregard the post. That last sentence made me uncomfortable. We're moving along. Thank you. Goodbye. It would help if I read the words that are on the screen instead of doing whatever I want.